For years, the Soviet Union and the People's Republic of China had highly rigidly controlled economies with restrictive civil rights to match. In the Soviet Union, most citizens worked either in enormous farming collectives or in the factories. 5-year plans determined the production amounts and goals of the entire vast nation. Everyone had jobs, but the work was hard, the pay was meager, alcoholism was rampant, and people had very little motivation to work. One of the things to come out of Stalin's rigid control of the Soviet economy was the quick industrialization of the USSR. In 5 years, Stalin did with the USSR what took most Western nations decades. Mao Zedong tried to do the same with China, but unlike Stalin, who displaced ethnic groups in order to stock factories and farming collectives, Mao left the people as they were. The peasant farmers simply had to start making steel in backyard furnaces. Most farmers stopped farming. This conversion, along with other bad decisions, such as killing sparrows to save grain, resulted in arguably the most awful famine in all of human history. Constrictive policies continued on for years, but after hardline Marxists left from power, reformists took over. In the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev introduced perestroika, or restructuring of the controlled Soviet economy into a market economy. He also introduced glasnost, which literally translates into openness. This was an opening of political discussion in the Soviet Union. In China, Deng Xiaoping introduced the Deng Xiaoping theory, also known as socialism with Chinese characteristics. With both Deng Xiaoping's and Mikhail Gorbachev's reforms, there was an attempt to scale down government by lessening control of industries and agriculture. This was done to stimulate the economy and promote growth and allow foreign investment. In doing this, both reforms also made individuals more responsible. Despite the similarities, there were key differences in each of the reforms. In Gorbachev's reforms, responsibility was put on enterprises. In Deng's reforms, responsibility was put in the hands of industries and farmers. And where Gorbachev eliminated quotas completely, meeting quotas was actually encouraged in Deng's system, as people could make a profit from selling off any excess that was created after reaching quota. The economic difference that resulted in the biggest divergence between the two nations was the Soviet Union's elimination of price controls. Without price controls, inflation skyrocketed. Basic necessities, such as bread and toilet paper, disappeared from store shelves. Unemployment rates rose, and with it, so did discontent. This discontent would ultimately lead to the collapse of the Soviet Union. The lack of glasnost prevented a full-on collapse in China, as had happened in the Soviet Union. China was able to maintain a one-party state.